The Kraveth Empire had rules about the Shadow Maw. Rule 1. Never approach within 50 meters. Rule 2. If you see cubs, the mother is already hunting you. Rule 3. There are no exceptions. Captain Rebecca Chun broke all 3 rules on a Tuesday. The distress beacon led her small cargo ship to the abandoned outpost on Krell 7, a frozen moon on the Empire's outer rim. The station was a wreck, hull breached, life support failing, no survivors. Standard salvage operation. Then she heard the crying. It came from a collapsed storage bay, a sound that bypassed every logical thought and hit something primal in her brain. Rebecca moved debris with her exo gloves until she found it. A Shadow Maw cub, maybe 3 weeks old, huddled in a corner next to its dead mother. The creature was the size of a large dog, covered in midnight black fur that seemed to absorb light. 6 legs, crystalline claws, 3 rows of developing teeth. Its 6 eyes, bioluminescent silver, track her every movement with predatory focus. Imperial protocol was clear: terminate on sight. Rebecca picked it up. The cub bit her immediately, its juvenile fangs tearing through her glove and into her palm. She didn't drop it. Instead, she wrapped it in her thermal jacket and carried it back to her ship, blood dripping the entire way. Ship AI, she said calmly. Delete the last 30 minutes from the official log. Captain, that is a Class A prohibited action. I know. Delete it anyway. The cub she named Nova nearly destroyed her ship in the first week. It shredded her bedding, punctured 3 fuel lines, and somehow managed to trigger the emergency decompression alarm twice. Rebecca fixed everything, showed Nova where to eat, where to sleep, and that biting was unacceptable. Nova bit her 14 more times before learning that lesson. By month 2, Rebecca couldn't imagine her ship without the sound of 6-legged footsteps padding through the corridors. The secret lasted 8 months. Imperial Patrol stopped her vessel for a routine inspection. Rebecca tried to hide Nova in the cargo hold. The cub, now nearly adult-sized and weighing over 300 kilograms, had other ideas. When the boarding team entered, Nova placed herself between them and Rebecca, all 6 eyes glowing with threat intensity. The lead inspector, a decorated Kraveth warrior named Thaxril, drew his plasma rifle. His hands were shaking. Captain, he said, voice tight with barely controlled terror, step away from the Shadow Maw. Slowly. No. Rebecca placed her hand on Nova's head. The predator's fur rippled, but she didn't move. She's not a threat. That creature has killed 17 soldiers. Its species has terrorized our colonies for generations. It is a Shadow Maw. She's Nova, and she's mine. The standoff lasted 3 minutes. Finally, Nova did something that made Thaxril's rifle dip in confusion. She sat, on command, like a trained animal. Then she yawned, showing 3 rows of crystalline teeth, each capable of shearing through starship hull plating. And she laid her massive head in Rebecca's lap. The inspection team left without filing a report. Word spread anyway. It always does. Within a year, every corner of the Kraveth Empire had heard the story. The human who tamed a Shadow Maw, who kept Apex Predator as companion, who treated the Empire's nightmare as a pet. Diplomatic incidents followed. The Kraveth Council demanded Nova's surrender. Rebecca refused. When they sent a capture team, Nova defended her ship. 3 soldiers went to medical. None filed charges. The Empire eventually stopped trying. 5 years later, Captain Chen's ship was legendary. Pirates avoided her routes. Smugglers paid premium rate. Docked station personnel would gather just to catch a glimpse of the impossible. A fully grown Shadow Maw, Galaxy's most feared predator, wearing a collar with a small bell and sleeping across the pilot's chair. Why? Thaxril asked her once, years after their first encounter. He'd become something like a friend. Why risk everything for a creature that could kill you in seconds? Rebecca scratched behind Nova's ears. The massive predator purred, a sound like grinding stone, because she was alone and scared. And because humans have this really bad habit of looking at things that could kill us and thinking, I bet I can make friends with that. Thaxril looked at Nova, who looked back with 6 unblinking eyes. Your species is insane. Yeah, Rebecca agreed. We really are. The Empire still whispers about it. The human and her shadow maw. The woman who saw the galaxy's apex predator and decided it needed a home. And every time someone suggests that humans might be weak because they lack natural weapons or armor, someone else tells the story of Captain Shun. Humans don't need claws or fangs. They befriend the things that do. Read Triclawed can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.